Hey up folks, it's Dave, Gaz and Quinn from Dead Parrots Gaming here. Today we're doing 1 month in on Far Cry 6.
Well, pretty much we've got two different polarising opinions, one from PS5 and one from PS4. So I think the first thing to do is, Dave, what do you think about PS4 so far?
Well, it's okay. It's okay. It's the story, not giving too much away, is great until the end.
Yeah,
Graphically,
I
it's
agree.
fine. Looks beautiful even on a PS4, you know, us peasants. Even us peasants on PS4s, it still looks really good. They've done a lot with the story, to be fair. Like I say, my gripe is only with the ending. I'm not giving anything away, but I just thought it was pretty fucking lame, to be perfectly honest. The rest of it is really good, and there's some really interesting characters in it, which is a step up from the last couple of Far Cry games.
Yeah. On a good point, I'm going to say, like, graphically, a beautiful game.
The map itself is superb. You know, especially with the wildlife and all that.
Yeah.
Roaming around. I didn't see as much in this one of wildlife roaming into camps and stuff like you did on previous Far Cry's. You know, like where you'd scope a base out for 10 minutes in Far Cry 3 and a tiger would come along and fuck up all your good work by killing everybody.
Yes, that's what's a bit disappointing about this one. The wildlife's a bit railed, and there ain't enough like legendary animals to kill either.
It's not as in depth as the others when it comes
exactly.
to
You can pretty much do all them within the first half hour of unlocking all the map, and it's a bit.
See, for me, one thing that I say is a really good thing about it is I've said it to David, Gaz, and anybody that's asked me about Far Cry. It actually feels lived in. The map actually feels like it's got a personality. It's a game you want to come back to.
Definitely.
Yeah, which is more than can be said for that last.
Yeah.
I'm not going to swear, but that last thing that Ubisoft released, Breakpoint, where the map was empty. I'm trying my hardest not to swear here. But
swear. It deserves it.
But yeah, it's got a personality to it, and it's a really good personality. You actually feel like you're in like a South American kind of country. But like, it feels like you're in an actual South American country, like, and the little people that you have, what they're called, the friends that you have with you, what they're called, the little like dogs
amigos.
and stuff, like amigos.
Yes.
Yeah, the amigos you have with you actually feel like they make the game a bit better.
Oh, one plus point. Giancarlo Esposito as Anton Castillo is absolutely brilliant.
Oh, amazing!
Oh man, his face mapping in that game is
Not
spot
just that,
on.
his story and his mannerisms.
Yes.
The character that they've written for him. You know, he's such a horrible bastard, but you listen to some of his stuff and you think...
He's Gus Fring 2.0
Yeah.
from Breaking Bad, but like, he's a menacing like villain.
Yeah.
And you don't want him to succeed in any way. It's like sometimes when you play the game, the protagonist is like, you know, not really got a personality. Even though you can pick from a female or male in this, as Danny, like, they're both equally good, and they've got some really good lines, and you do, when you feel for them, it's like, no spoilers, like, but when characters get killed off in the story, you're like, oh man, I liked him. I liked her or whatever. Like, you get involved with the characters, and you want him. You're like, oh, cool way to destroy you, and all like your fences up round you, like his nephew. You have to take out his nephew and everything and stuff like that. And you can see his family and his life forces getting broken down.
The way you take his nephew out is absolute quality.
Yeah.
It's before that when his son shoots him in the arse in a little cutscene. Like, it's stuff like how the actual cutscenes, you don't want to skip them.
No, you
might,
don't.
now I watch this.
I agree.
Even second time round, where I had to get forced into playing this second time round, going to that in a minute. You're like, now watch these because them quite engaging. You know what I mean?
So moving on from that, let's look towards the PS5 then, guys. So graphically, what are you thinking? Is it pushing PS5 to its limit, or is it just still more there? Do you reckon?
Not at all. See, Ubisoft have always made it's really hard to talk about the graphics in this game, because Ubisoft have always done good graphic games.
Yeah.
They've always. I feel like apart from some of the Assassin's Creeds I've looked at, and a bit of Breakpoint, well, we won't go into, but like with the rendering and all that, it's bang on with the graphics, but it can be pushed more.
And that's not just applicable to a PS5, is it? Because
No.
I think the graphics department, as far as character models, maps, and the way they map the world out, Ubisoft have always been really good at it. It's just they always fall short. Not necessarily in this game, but with some kind of storytelling and not fleshing it out enough. And then obviously, as we'll go on to in a minute, the amount of goddamn bugs that are in there.
Yeah.
We'll it's a miss with the stories.
We'll push on that in a sec with the bugs and that. So, PS5 wise, really, guys. So you said about the graphics. Do you think that it's a game that has like made
Showcased.
you want, showcase the PS5 in that sort of sense? Because a lot of games that have come out recently have been trying to do that, and you usually find it's just PS5 only games, like, you know what I mean, like the Dark Souls and they really showcase the graphics. Do you think Far Cry's done that?
In some spots, yeah, like weather, or like even looking at water puddles and stuff like that. Colorization in some of the things has got to be a big difference. But I feel like they can't push it any further because it's on the PS4. It's on the PS4. I think the co-op would be. I think that would struggle. It would suffer.
Yeah, definitely.
If they went any further out. So I think they know where the boundaries are.
Yeah.
Ubisoft do, and they've still made it a really good looking game. But like, if you're just looking for aesthetics in games and stuff like that, I feel like you would probably feel a bit ripped off in terms of buying a PlayStation 5 for these certain games. But I would literally only feel that way if the game is literally out for one console and not backwards capability or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's each their own.
So let's just talk about the downright ugly. Let's just talk about the ugliness of it all. Well, I think we'll get to each of us because we've all had issues with it. So
yes.
We'll go to Dave first.
We'll get onto the bugs in a bit. Let's just start with the stuff that just don't make sense. Like the skill, there's no skill tree in this one. It's all down to your equipment, which to a certain extent I can get. You know, that's
and your ranks, it relies on that.
Armor. So I know that's going to stop armor piercing bullets and normal bullets easier. All that one's got flame retardant material on it, will stop fire. Then you look at the others, and you've got like, oh yeah, this one heals you after you shoot somebody in the head, and I'm like, why do you just have a skill tree? Other than because it's situational. There is no loadout system in the game, so you can't pick certain sets of armor and stick to different loadouts for different situations and change on the fly.
There's a flip side to that, though. There's a flip side to it because it's making you get out your comfort zone. So you got to rely on a skill tree what you've unlocked by just doing like a few missions here and there to get some experience. So like it's making you use something else. So that like, I've had to sacrifice this to get that, which I get, but as I said, I was a bit disappointed when I didn't see a skill tree myself, but it's because it's comforting.
If that's the case,
in a way,
the leveling system's redundant. What's the point in having a leveling system?
I think
it's
that's
Ubisoft, dude. You got to level everything up, here.
There's no point having a leveling system if you've got no skill tree, because all it is just there for cosmetic reasons.
I think
honestly, they'll say. Sorry, go on.
So I think it's there to make you not want to go to certain zones. So if you're like level 2 when you're in the game, and the main's like one of the zones at the top's like level 11, you're thinking, I ain't really going to go there because those enemies are going to be a lot harder. It's going to be a bit more. I want to need a bit more skill to get to where I need to get to.
All it is bullet sponging then. They're just more of a bullet sponge. It's like, even what knocks me with this one is, it's not even, I mean, the one good thing Breakpoint did, it says whatever area you're going, doesn't matter if you're outranked, a headshot is still a headshot, and the person you're shooting at will die. With this one, you sometimes have to hit them twice or 3 times in the head to kill them. Now, I'm sorry, but unless I'm firing fucking Nerf darts at them, I expect them to go down after the first shot.
Yeah, I feel you. One thing I will say about it that made no sense for me at all was how bad the scopes are on it. Like, cause sometimes you're scoping, Dave, you've had this as well, you're scoping directly on somebody's head, they've got no helmet on, you've got FMJ bullets on, whatever, you've got armour piercing, you'll shoot somebody in the head, and the bullets will land behind you. Like, it's not that extent, not that extreme, but it's like, you've got a 10-time scope directly in somebody's face, and the bullet misses. It makes no sense.
That also depends on what weapon you're using as well.
If it's a sniper though, like, you know what I mean?
The snipers in the game are pointless. They're as useful as a chocolate fire guard. But it's how you play. You're more of like, if we're playing together, Dave, you're more support, are you?
Yeah,
so you take
stop out the way.
Exactly. I'm just down there with a machete and my little handgun. I think I've done 80% of this game with just an handgun with a suppressor on it. But like, you know, each to their own. It's the most effective gun.
I would say this game, as well as, could have pushed for a 4-player co-op easy. I think it could have done.
I think the trouble
dynamics of the storyline and everything. Now it would.
They'd have to add you in as some sort of nobody, whereas you can be the male and female, 2 Dannies, whatever. And I think they were thinking, oh, this is going to be a bit take the emphasis off games like Breakpoint and Wildlands. Because I mean, let's be honest, Wildlands has still got a massive player base compared to Breakpoint these days.
Yeah.
You know,
even though they've turned Breakpoint into Wildlands too.
Yeah, we'll have another one about
we digress.
Oh.
But alright then, let's just talk straight off the bat glitches. Dave, you took that one, so we'll pass the board over to Gaz here, because I think Gaz has found the first game breaking glitch.
Oh man, I had to be me out, the 3 of us. Everything was going well. I was living the American dream. I was, well, fucking Yarman dream. Like, I had everything going for me. You know, and he just had to do it, didn't he? Like, so there's a glitch in it, and you can pretty much do this mission at the start, can't you, Dave? In one of a fortified part of the map. You can.
After you've done a few missions on the first area you go to, and it takes you to Esperanza, where you have to. It's like assassinate the president.
So
when you go to Esperanza, it throws you straight into a cutscene.
I know which mission is on there.
People will have seen this already on the internet. It's like the skydiving death loop. You know, it just throws. You go to Esperanza, the cutscene starts, so it automatically starts you on that mission instead of asking you if you want to.
It's just the premise of it's just the premise of it all. I was literally looking for a USB. I was looking for a USB on the map, and I was like, oh, it's in this room. Oh, it's on that table. It goes dark. I'm in a cutscene. She's come out of nowhere, your friend, and there's like, yeah, you gotta do all this and that. So I did a little bit of it, and it went. The objectives went grey, as opposed to orange when them live. And they come up in the corner of the thing, and it's like telling you, oh, you gotta do this, gotta do that. They went dormant, like. So I left a part of I left that part of the map, and airdropped into another part. And as soon as that comes up, it says, get back to the operation or you'll fail it. And 5 seconds later, you fail it. Goes back to a loading screen, keeps doing that. You can't withdraw from the operation on the main menu. It'll just load you back into the airdrop on that loop. So you're literally airdropping, loading.
Wow.
Can't do anything about it.
I think games in general, not just this one, have got to stop with the auto save business. It's a load of bollocks.
Well, have the option. Just have the option. Make a manual save. Do what you gotta do.
Well,
you
there's no manual saving on this one, is there?
No. It's like it's just straight away tell you. You know, with games today, especially with cloud saves and all that, it should tell you, oh, do you want it manual or do you want it auto save? Pick that. Would you like it be going on the cloud or didn't you want it going onto your system?
Or at least like a timer, so auto save every hour. Yeah, what I mean.
Yeah, but that just takes auto saving out of it though, Dowie, because you could be doing something for like 50 minutes, then your game crashes, you get blue screen.
There's lots of games out there that have both. It auto saves it, and you can do a manual save as well. So I can't understand.
Every Far Cry up to now has had that option. Far Cry 5 had it. You could manual save it.
So, moving on from Gaz's game breaking glitch, Dave, glitches, mate.
Grenade launchers, man. That absolutely boils my piss. You be like 6 foot away from somebody, and you'll have them in the crosshairs, and the grenade will go straight through them and explode. I'm like, for the love of God.
It was just a dummy run, that was. Just testing the gun, Dave.
See, I mean,
so it is.
I'm shit at darts, you know. I mean, I couldn't hit a cow's arse with a banjo at that, but when I've got a grenade launcher, I expect something in front of me to go up in flames, not the
explode
behind me. Some poor little fucking quackers out there going, "You bastard! You've destroyed my nest." I'm like, dude, I was aiming for the Jeep. I'm playing Ubisoft.
Me pigs! You've got over 2 acres and hit me farm, you bastard!
No, I'll say one thing. Before the update, for me, the game was great. I really enjoyed it. There was a few glitches here and there, don't get me wrong, but there were. You could.
I know you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
Completely. But I'll play the game like if I'm jumping into Gaz's game or Dave's game because you know what I mean. I need validation for my existence, but still, it's. I'll go into Gaz's game. Everything that's already been collected by Gaz on the map is on the map already, even though I've collected it with him, so it stays on the map. That's annoying. And now I have no weapon wheel whatsoever since the update. I can't access my weapon wheel. The only way I could change a weapon is if I go to one of them workbenches and try and change a weapon through that. And that's a push and a shove if it doesn't blue screen me. And now I cannot play the game because I have no weapon wheel. And I ain't starting it again.
That's odd because I've got the same update as you. Maybe the glitch has been triggered by a certain mission or something then, because
I think it was.
I've got that on mine.
The thing is that this was
I
just
get
before
that.
Gaz had that.
I get it. I get the weapon wheel glitch, but
I think it's the game's way of saying, look, mate, you couldn't hit a cow's arse with a banjo with our eyes. Let's just take the guns off you and give you a sledgehammer.
I'm actually pretty alright at it. I think.
Easy. You're quite blunt now on the game.
Well, yeah, you boot the door off and kick everyone in the face and shoot.
Yeah, as bad as Matt when he plays his proper run and gun. It's like, stealth, let me just get this LMG.
That's how I play.
Wayne?
No, Matt.
Oh, Matt.
Yeah. Wayne as well, Wayne's LMG.
Point, it was like, let's sneak into this base. Next thing you know, there's fucking explosions everywhere. Like,
Jordan was the one. But that game was a fucker. It would make you turn on your friends, because you know every time. Like, someone let us set an alarm off, he'll say, oh, so-and-so have done this. And oh, Jordan, what happened? I don't do anything. I was like, yeah, the guy's telling me that you did, bro.
To be fair though, Wildlands did have that issue, and it used to say I did everything, and there was video evidence of me standing there looking the opposite way by a tree, and it was like, oh, he set everyone off. I'm like, I'm nowhere near the area.
So innocent.
I was nowhere near the area. It's like, oh, it's him over there. What's he doing? Like,
I was just eating crumpets in a pillar box, like 2 miles down the road. Dave's kicking off with somebody.
I was playing Rainbow Six Vegas.
Set the alarms.
So I was playing Rainbow Six Vegas. It was still blaming me on Wildlands.
Oh man.
But I mean, I think we can all agree, and most folks all the people that listen to this will agree, Ubisoft have a track record for being buggy as hell when they release their games.
Let's just.
Every time a game comes out, I'm not buying this. Fuck this game. On release day, I've just bought it, like. All is forgiven until that first glitch, you see, when I'm randomly walking with my rooster, my Amigo, and he just goes up in the air and lands back down and dies. And it's like, operation failed, your chicken's died. I'm like, fucking great.
Let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that Chickarone is probably the best Amigo in the game, and his missions are excellent.
His missions are great, he looks great. It's a rooster with piercings, for fuck's sake, and a leather jacket, and he's got spurs, but he's useless.
Rappo's got his marine gear with his camo. So
yeah, true.
That ain't too bad.
So, the best one's a panther.
Sorry, Chorizo. All day, mate. That's so cute.
Chorizo's
just got the Q factor.
That's why I want Chorizo around me constantly. When I'm in a war-torn country, the one thing you need
to the best thing you can do is put a sticky mine on him and send him at somebody. You know, he ain't exactly that good for fighting.
Dude!
he's just got the Q factor.
You never use your what's names. Like when there's a group of soldiers, put a couple of sticky mines onto your Amigo and send them in.
I'd be able to do that if I could access my weapon wheel.
Talking about the Amigos, though, they am a great part of the game. Like, and everyone's got their own little thing. and they're more cute as fuck. Like Grappo for crocodile, chorizo, sausage dog. You got Boom Boom A from Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
Boom.
You got Chicharron.
I think Ubisoft took note of how many people were pissed over the soft little detail that the dog wouldn't get in the car. Because in Far Cry 6, he gets in the car with you now.
Yeah, but no other one gets in there. I reckon if you get into a car, you should picture it so up and put him on the passenger seat, or I mean, just chuck him in the back like he's alright. You wheel it about his son.
If you're driving the 4x4 round, have Grappo in the back.
Yeah.
Just chilling, throw a bit of water on him, be alright, like.
Because I'm just running from nowhere.
I know, I was just come out of nowhere. I do like the Panther though, innit? I forgot his name. I forgot her name.
Coolio or something like that. I can't remember.
Slow, I think. Slow.
I don't use her very much, to be fair. I tend to stick with Boomer.
She's just great, like, because she even gets rid of the body for you. It's fantastic, like.
Nice little additions, I would say, is the treasure missions. The treasure missions are actually quite fun. Even though
they're awesome.
Yeah,
They're awesome.
you've got to use your head for once.
The first death loop we got into on the treasure mission with the electricity.
We got our side, don't we?
Yeah, we have,
the DJ one where you kept electrocuting yourself.
Fucking, yeah, hang the DJ. I just kept getting electrocuted over and over again, and I wasn't by electric, it just triggered it off.
It just...
And I kept
dying.
Like, it happened again to me, Quinn, with Dave. You know, when we was after...
music, you know, because you seem to be a good conductor.
Oh... A dad joke already. It's too early in the day. But like it happened again to me with Dave. It was after the Canadian guy, I forgot his name.
Terence.
And I was on the boat and I was like, Dave, I'm dying. I keep dying. Yeah. And my life kept going down and there was nothing by me. So that's another thing. But they've got to address with a patch. Like just random death, like over nothing.
It only seems to happen to. Hang on, that's the point actually. Were you in Quinny's game when that happened to you?
Yeah,
with
he
the
was.
DJ?
Yeah, and I was in your game.
Yeah, it's the second player specific by the look of it. Then
have you two experienced it in my game or one of yours?
I've had it when I've been standing there. My player's just gone and died, just like standing there, just like in one of the camps or something like that, and he's just dropped down dead randomly.
You literally have to finish the operation or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, he's probably fucking killed himself.
Yeah, probably.
You have to finish the operation or go into a cutscene to stop it as well.
Yeah. Well, the thing
so you
is
got to rely on your mate. So I've got to rely on you, Quinn or Dave, to stop me from dying. Yeah.
Well, that's going to end well.
I don't know. You both saved my bacon before, weren't you? So.
I think like what happened with you though when you got electrocuted, you died and I revived you. And then I started just instantly dying afterwards. It is like you passed it on to me. Like it was
like a fucked up version of Reanimator. If I couldn't be any more fucked up.
If anything, it's like you gave my character gonorrhea by helping you, and he eventually died from it. That's what it was.
I believe you would have had gonorrhea through association, regardless.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we do share the same glory hole.
We do.
It's a bit odd when we've got traffic coming both ways.
Is that to turn this? Is even that turn the podcast gay? Is that to turn the? Is even put filth on the podcast?
There's got to be filth on the podcast.
Listen. The 25 people who probably won't listen to this. Yeah. Yeah. Don't need to know about our cottaging. They don't need to know.
Well, I do know because I always wear that Mac hat when I go out. Like,
I'm gonna have to bring that yellow iron Mac back, AI.
Yeah, mate. Well, one thing I will say about the game: once they patch it, and hopefully they patch it right, I'm gonna complete it, and I'm gonna say, out of my personal opinion, if I had to give it a mark out of, are we doing stars or out of 10, Dave? What we're saying?
Do out of 10.
Right.
Out of 10.
Out of 10. I would say about a 6 with the glitches. Without the glitches, I'd give it about an 8.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, to be fair. I could argue with that.
Yeah, for me right now it's a 5. But if that wouldn't have happened, the Deathloop thing, I could have seen...
this guy diving into oblivion.
Yeah, it's like a really... It's just a messed up... it shouldn't have even got through to the game. They just need... I feel like they don't test the game thoroughly. Well, they obviously don't, like, you know what I mean?
I said to Gaz, when it started happening to him, I looked on the forums and stuff to see if there was a workaround, and they said, oh, sometimes if you go into a 2-player game, it can take you out of it, but with that one, it just doesn't. other glitches where it throws you into a loop. Going into 2-player will sometimes fix it.
Yeah.
But with the Esperanza one and the Paradise Lost mission, it doesn't. But on the forums, even the Ubisoft employees were saying like we're working on fixing it, but we don't know how long it's going to be. And you'd think, no disrespect to them, but you'd think something as game breaking as this would be priority.
Not
worrying about what's on the store, not what's worrying about on your time savers and all that bullshit that they release.
Danny Trejo.
People have paid like 50, 60 quid for this game, and they're screwed out of progress because they've been. I mean, what did you say? You got 77 hours on it.
Yeah.
77 hours you've wasted because you've got to start again.
Yeah.
And it's
I mean, listen.
Release games in this state.
A game ain't even that long, 77 hours, but like what Quinn was saying, like the map's enriched. It's the environment's awesome in it and everything like that. Makes you want to explore, makes you want to see what's around there. You know, little islands off the main maps and all that. Like, you know, little treasure hunts and all sorts.
A note to anybody who hasn't played it yet: when you start, don't ignore your side missions and your exploration of the map. Because if you bull rush through the story, you'll get to the end and you'll be completely underleveled, and you'll have to spend the rest of your time going around the map and getting XP from other stuff. So you come across a checkpoint, take it out. Come across an FND base, take it out. Because you'll also find there's some of one of the characters. You'll find his people there selling you better gear as you level up.
So that's a good point. Yeah.
It's all about the gear as well. And another thing as well, I've unlocked the map now on my second run, and you do only get the overclocked weapons from what you get from the black market in each of your camps. So if you do have to start again, you've collected everything and you're missing a few, you will have to collect them all again. Like,
yeah.
The only thing what carries over is your gunpowder, your overclock weapons, like I said, and spray cans. From the looks of it, no clothing, nothing like that. That was pretty much back to brass like tactics. Like when you've got it, you've just got to do everything again.
Has anybody played the difference between the two modes, the action mode and is it the story mode? Has anybody seen the difference between them?
I think people who
I played story mode through on my second run through, just to get the trophy where you go to Miami.
Yeah.
And it's a piece of piss. You know what I mean? Them shooting you for ages and like your life suddenly going down.
All right.
Best bet to stick to action mode. It's better.
Okay,
it's more dynamic.
See,
I've feel like you're in danger when you're being shot at, so you got to shift your ass.
Yeah.
I've done both of them in action mode. I don't have a difference.
The AI is quite sneaky as well, because them bastards, them in a truck, they'll stop by the side of you and start shooting at you, but then they'll try running you fucking over.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm in a truck, I'm not going to get out and shoot him, I'm going to run him over.
That brings me to another thing. Sorry, Dave, I cut you off.
No, go on, you're alright.
I was going to say, the first person driving, annoying. It's annoying. Especially like when you get into a tank and you don't know which way they've turned that tank, and you end up just plowing through the side of a building or something like that.
Bottom right-hand corner of the map of your screen. Bottom right-hand corner, it shows you which way the tank's supposed to be facing and whether your turret's the wrong way around.
That information would be great on launch.
Yeah,
but like, you know what I mean?
It's about the viewpoint now, because the little hatch that you're looking out through the tank fills the whole of your screen.
Yeah.
So you're offset and you forget sometimes. So you think, I can make it through this gap, and you end up hitting it with the side of the tank because you forget you're to the left.
So
I do think they ought to implement a third-person driving mode in it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think, I like the fact that it's all meant to be first person. You're meant to feel like you're Danny, but for driving, like, you know what I mean? I'd want to show off, like, the sort of driving I do between, like, if I've got, like, a 5, like, if it's all the way up and I've got Esperanza.
Dude, you're driving, you don't want to show that off.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, if you do some good driving thing or anything like that, you'd want to show that off when you're on a gameplay.
He's the only one out of us that can fucking drive these vehicles.
Alright.
No, I'm about me as well, I'm fucking terrible.
But I'm just saying, like, you'd want to show it off when you're, like, you know what I mean?
The only good thing about this game is the AI that takes you to your map checkpoint drives worse than I do.
Yeah. Oh, that is bad day, AI.
It's like he's angry for everything on the road.
The auto drive just pays no attention to the rules of the road whatsoever. If
You're
anything,
driving down the road on the right side, an FND fucking lorry will be coming the other way, and he swerves straight in front of it. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
I think if anything, they don't need to kill that guy for being a dictator. They need to kill him for his road rules because he just hasn't got any.
His soldiers have it anyway. The vehicles in the game though itself. The vehicles in the game, let's talk about them. I think they're banging, they're spot on. Some of them are to drive, but like, you know, you've got the other machine, and he can float on water and he can fly right up.
You've got the proper hovercraft jet.
Yeah.
How hard is that to drive, man?
Yeah.
I was like a bastard pinball trying to get it out of the base. I was like, you know what, screw this. I'll just get the little helicopter.
I could imagine you having that. It's like every time we get a new game, I'm like, I can't wait until Dave plays this. I just want him to fly that plane. I just want, get in the plane. No, I'm not doing it. We've got to land it. Come on. No. Come on, fly it.
Look,
We've all had a go. Come on.
Driving in games is legendary in the way that it's that fucking terrible.
It's funny though because it's just your reactions. I mean, I had Quinn in the plane with me, and all of a sudden, I was like, "What you doing?" I done nothing, bro. 5 minutes later, how you went? I might have shot the fin. I might not have. Like, you know, the fact I could hear him. I could hear him firing the machine gun. I heard it all bossed up. I was like, he's fucked that, but he ain't gonna tell me he's fucked it. he went, the enemy bro man shot us like. I was like, oh yeah, Sam.
9,000 feet in the air. Yeah, Sam.
Literally done the Sean Connery on me.
We're technically in orbit and we're being shot by the enemy. But I am good at flying the planes on it. I'll give myself that.
Yeah, you am.
Speaking of flying in the game, one thing they need to do is either after you finish your story, or you need to have a mission when you've got everywhere else. You need to be able to take the anti-aircraft guns out in Esperanza, because at the moment they're locked. There's no gun there, and you can't fly into Esperanza. They even shoot your parachutes and your flight suits down.
Even when you've done it all.
Yeah, even when you've done the story.
That's nutty. How can the aircraft pick you up? Like, I mean, I've been funny, but I'm a girl on the game, and I'm flying with my wingsuit. There's apex predator birds, but I'm bigger than me, and they're flying over, and they getting picked up by the aircraft. You'd have a field day, wouldn't they? Like, shooting, hawks and that out the sky, as I'm going past.
Little bastards in a pain in the arse room trying to climb up a tower.
Oh, I don't like that.
They always have you, don't they, Quinn? You can hear him going, behind him. He must be out in a fucking bag of chips around the map. Because they're always on him.
Sausages around his neck or something.
Telling you, I've been attacked by wife twice by birds. I've gone, piss off, like, you know. He's always going round him.
So carry birdseed in my pockets.
So you started off, say, with them bag of nuts at your old work, putting them in your bag, and now you resorted to bird feed. You know what I mean? No wonder you have badgers, squirrels attack you. You got all the fucking food on you.
Guys, let's not talk about that with my old work, mate, because you know what I mean. I don't want to end up in court.
We just said work.
It's pretty obvious which one it is.
Imagine if you got pulled into court over nuts. That is so you, Quinn, if you got done like that. You'd be like, oh, you have to go to court because he stole a few nuts, like, oh, that's so Quinny. Like, is he alright? Like, nah, it's in Marston Green, bruv.
Now, mate, he had to repaint the old eye for an eye Bible. Ways of took his nuts.
They've cut his hands off. Can't play now.
Don't worry, lads, I can still tongue something about, like, see what's going on.
Not everything's Squid Game, bro.
Alright then, so let's wrap this up then. So, because we're coming up to 40 minutes now. So, in hindsight, we'll say it's a good game apart from the glitches. which seems to be the answer to every game.
Ubisoft, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Graphics, absolutely beautiful, even on PS5. I don't know why Gaz shouts about that so much, but all in all, good game, fun game, lived-in game, quite a friendly game.
Story great until the end, which the story writer should be fucking publicly flogged. For the ending.
just no second chances. Fuck him off.
Take him out in the yard. 20 lashes. Don't do it again, you bastard.
I can imagine his face when is the ending what he doesn't want comes up, and he's there going, "You bastards! You made me do 100 hours plus or whatever." It's just nah. Not having it.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, 144 hours. I pumped into that fucking game, and you can't get to kill the leader of the Order of the Ancients because he turns out to be Alfred the Great, who burnt the fucking cakes. Big fucking deal. I'm pretty sure Vikings were about in that time anyway, so it's purely fucking fiction. Let me kill the bastard.
Yeah, but who's going to burn the cakes?
I will.
There we go.
The DLC is just you burning cakes.
It's Overcooked 3.
Every cooking skills ain't that bad, thankfully.
Alright.
But now, honestly, I don't know what everybody else feels like. If you're one of the few people who are all actually listening to this and you've got to the end of Far Cry, let us know what you think, because I personally was disappointed with the ending. I thought the last mission, it had... The premise behind it was really good, and I thought, this is going to be really hard. I'm going to have to take my time here. Whilst my way through with the equipment I'd got, not going to say too much, but got to the top of Castillo's Tower, and then it just turned into the contents of a fucking nappy for me. It was just pure, liquefied green shit.
It wasn't quick time events, was it?
No, thankfully Ubisoft haven't put any of them in.
Oh, thank God.
No, it's just the ending itself. You just think, well, fuck it. I've done all this for nothing, really?
Well, again, we was going to have a little segment where we ask about plays of the month, really, for people to send their stuff in and for us to sort of narrate over the top of it.
We'll tell you what, rather than putting one of ours in this time, we'll ask people, if any of you folks out there have got what you consider to be a decent bit of footage of something quite spectacular, send it in and we'll drop it at the end of the next get-together that we do, whatever you want to call this.
Well, I want to call it kind of like a punditry. We want to sit here like, you know what I mean, what's it called, match of the day, and say what that person did. Yeah, punditry.
Is that like where like...
He wants to fulfil his fantasy he's got in his head.
I'm Gary Lineker.
Where he's Gary Lineker, and I'm Andy Gray, and you're Alan Hansen.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Oh, you're Alan Shearer.
Well, at least I ate the big-eared crisp-eating fucker.
That's me. I like crisps.
Well, I'm Andy Gray. I shouldn't even be here. I'm banned, apparently.
Yeah, stop drinking wine and slagging off linesmen. Well, linesmen.
It's what I do, babe. It's what I do.
But on that note, we've best do a bit of a sign off, haven't we? So, just want to say, cheers for listening. The 25 people that haven't listened to it from Gaz's advice. Far Cry 6 again, great game with Colin McRae, skydiving session. Was that a bit too close to the bone? Was that too close?
Considering they had some really good Colin McRae games, he was a damn good driver.
Terrible skydiver.
Yeah, you want to, if it's going to go wrong, you want to get one chance, don't you?
One shot.
Hey, no Eminem. No Eminem.
Alright. So, does everyone just want to say cheerio then?
Cheerio.
Yeah, see you all later, folks.
See you later. Ciao.